Assalamualaikum. My name is AYUNI binti DAHLAN. My matric number is 2022-876758 and I'm from KIM141D. I want to present today is technical service at IMC. Introduction of the session. The formal act of legally accepting object to the category of material that the museum holds in the public trust. Only item in specific category and of a particular quality are often permitted into the collection by museum due to their collecting policy. Second, museum may acquire objects from their collection through several ways, including first, donation; second, bequest; third, purchase; fourth, transfer, exchange; and five, collecting. Artifacts in the hands of individual collectors, antique dealers means any person or firm engaged in the business of selling, exchanging, or keeping with the intention of selling or exchanging any antique. The third, auction house. The curators need to do a background check for all this because to make sure the artifacts are in the good condition and the price is appropriate to purchase it.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is FATIMAH binti ISMAIL. I'm from class KIM141D. My matrix number is 2022-499914, and today I'm going to explain about technical services in information agency, museum, and the services on documentation and conservation. The meaning of museum documentation. Museum documentation means a form of an expert and scientific description of a museum item made for the purpose of its identification, origin, determination, valorization, and presentation. When the artifact has been accepted into the collection, the conservator will begin an acquisition file. An ideal file would include the following: copy of the temporary receipt, a deed of gift, which is a contract where a donor gives something to a donee, or when you give a certain thing for a property, or to transfer some rights to the beneficiary, to the donee, which is the museum. Then a photograph of the artifact, biography or history about the donor, history of the object worksheet, and condition reports or conservation records. This is an example of temporary receipt and deed of gift. This is some photograph of the artifact and donor recognition that was made into the donor wall. Next, I'm going to explain about technical services in museum, which is conservation. Conservation means the application of specialized techniques to examine, document, and treat physical objects. Conservation is an important way to promote knowledge and appreciation of art by exhibiting, interpreting, and preserving the collections for current and future generations. The work includes authentication, research into artist methods and materials, preventive care of the collections and loans, and innovation in the conservation treatment and mound-making methodologies. Next, a museum's prime responsibility must be to maintain its collections and to do everything possible to delay the natural laws of deterioration. Conservation involves the treatment and where feasible and acceptable, the restoration of objects as nearly as possible to their former condition. Most large museums have their own laboratories where preservation and restoration work is carried out, and some take on projects for other museums as well. And lastly, I also include a link of a behind the scenes video with a conservator in a museum, and also a references that I use in my PowerPoint. That's all from me. Thank you.
Next is the Finding Aids. Finding aids are tools that help users to find information in a specific record group, collection, or a series of archival materials. The museum also created a search tool to make it easier for staff and the public who want to conduct research to find the object. Museums usually store collections in a collection catalog in a card index, but nowadays they have a computerized database that contains the necessary information like a session number in the trinomial system, nomenclature and classification, date of acquisition, date of transfer, the object's complete three-dimensional measurements, description of the object, marking the maker of the object, and donor provenance, the story behind the object, and lastly, location where the object is stored or on display. One of the most important roles museums have is to care and maintain artworks and artifacts in their collections. Museums all over the world abide by this to extend the object's life for future education and for general public enjoyment for generations to come. Preservation is the non-invasive act of minimizing deterioration and preventing future damage of the object. Here is the way of taking care of the collection. First, they will control the brightness and UV level to avoid damage to the collection. In addition, they will also monitor the temperature condition in the collection storage space. The use of stable materials during artifact boxing is very important. The museum also emphasizes cleanliness by having a schedule of basic cleaning routines such as sweeping, vacuuming, and removing cluttered food items and trash. They also use an integrated pest management system to control pests. Finally, the object safety also needs to be maintained by ensuring that staff are trained according to the correct object handling procedures.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good evening to everyone. My name is Amira Natasya binti ABDULLAH and I'm from IMC112. Today, I will explain to you guys about information service in museum exhibition. So exhibition is a public event at which pictures, sculptures, or other objects of interest are displayed, for example, at a museum or art gallery. Today I will explain to you guys an exhibition displayed at a museum. So there is no standard design or layout for exhibit gallery space in museum. Exhibit design plans will always vary from topic to topic and space to space. It will always change and not be the same. However, there are a few rules that should be adhered to. We should follow the rules for exhibition. So the first rules is to keep the topic in mind when considering design elements. The second one is to make the space user-friendly for all patrons, including those with physical limitation, children, the elderly, and large room. It means that the exhibition should be suitable for everyone. The third one is to always remember safety issues for patrons and security issues for artifact. we should always care about our safety or prioritize our safety, also the artifact safety, so that nothing bad would happen. The fourth one is the labels should be easy to read and brief. The labels on the artifact or anything at the exhibition should be easy to read and should be simple, so that the information is easier to understand. All patrons, elderly and large group that visit the exhibition would be easy to understand the information that delivered. The last one is the design should enhance the artifact without distracting the visitor and overwhelming the artifact. By doing this exhibition at museum or art gallery, information can be delivered to the users that need it. It is a unique way to provide, it is easy way to get it is unique way to get the information from the exhibition, from the museum. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is RAZANI NIRZAYANNA binti MOHAMMAD. My student ID is 2022617084 and I am from IM112 Today I will explain to you about information services in museum, which is about research and educational program. For research museum, one important use of museum is to extract as much knowledge as possible from the specimens. Many museums publish scholarly journals, series of papers and books to make available the results of research on their collection. For an example, a professional organization of librarians, the Art and Architecture Group of the Research Libraries Group (RLG), started this project to investigate whether information about objects could be extracted from collection management systems and made useful for research purposes. RLG has developed a testbed database of museum object records from a number of different museums that use different collection management systems. Next is educational program. Museum provides educational program by organizing short courses. There will be discussion, site visits, and group work, which will enrich sharing ideas and exchange of practice between participants. Educational program from museum will also teach participants about the important educational environments and offer a considerable learning potential. There will be collection exhibited in museum, which will provide people with a tangible connection, especially about time, places, events, or people that allow them to experience the evolution of human history and cultural heritage. As an example, museum programs for preschool children embed hands-on opportunities to engage children with new and diverse artifacts. Interaction in museum settings provide opportunities for adults and children to collaborate in learning. Their aim in this project was to explore the elements of museum programs that prove essential in engaging young children in museum education programs. 5 museum presenters and 14 early childhood groups, 14 teachers and 296 children participate in the research project. And that will be the end of our presentation. Thank you.